How's it going, guys? So I wanted to talk about Ghost of Tsushima, and if you guys do not know, I'm especially very much excited for Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, The Last of Us Part 2, obviously all the exclusives on the PlayStation. Now, this is more or less of a rumor. Take it as a big grain of salt, this might not even come into fruition. So I'm gonna be upfront and honest. I want to mention that this rumor comes from the elder Doddy370, who is actually a Reddit user and recently has found out that Ghost of Tsushima might get released in less than a year from now. I'm talking about. Now it's based on its rating of PEGI. And according, of course, with that rumor and what it suggests as a PEGI rating system, which is actually organized like ESRB at the UK region. Now it has some kind of listed of the Ghost of Tsushima for audience who are older than 16 years old. So obviously this news comes from more of an interested when we know that the game can be rated on the PEGI when they are going to launch it within a year. In other words, Ghost of Tsushima will be released until summer 2020 and it's likely to get a new trailer and the details about it much sooner than later. Now, I do want to mention one other thing before I do progress through into the Ghost of Tsushima and have a bit more discussion regarding it. Now, obviously, we already know that Death Stranding will be happening on November the 8th this year, 2019. Now, this only, pushes the gap, and obviously it's gonna have to keep on pushing the games and exclusive games, mind you, I'm talking about, obviously. The Last of Us Part 2 has been already rumored, and that internally it was delayed to 2020, early 2020, mind you, on the quarterly one. As I said it before in my previous videos, I was completely right. Definitely gonna make a video about that, and I'm gonna mock somebody. Not somebody, but a lot of people. Now anyway, that's not the point. The point is as well, obviously, The Last of Us Part 2 most likely will be coming out in quarterly 1 of the 2020. And so, obviously, this leaves room for the, well, you guessed it, the Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima most likely, as I have predicted, this is a prediction now, it's not a confirmation. I personally think it will be happening in September the earliest of 2020. Why not a little bit earlier? Well, that's just my personal preference, I think. Why would I say a little bit later, though? I personally think that Ghost of Tsushima will come out for some PlayStation 4. And obviously, because of the rumors and everything, and as I have expected to, that the PlayStation 5 will be happening at the end of 2020 as well. I would say probably somewhere October, November. And so when, let's say, Ghost of Tsushima comes out in September or October, and then you want to play Ghost of Tsushima on the next gen console, PlayStation 5, yeah, you pretty much have to repurchase the game or pay a little extra just to make sure you can, be able to play that game specifically on the newer gen console. Now, obviously, I could be wrong about that. I'm sure there's maybe an opportunity for us just simply put in the disc and you're good to go and play without even have to pay any extras, and that's awesome. I mean, in any either way, I'm down for it. Like Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, The Last of Us Part 2, like this. It's a great time to be a gamer, 2019 is a heck of a year for PlayStation, especially when Death Stranding is coming out November 8th. As also goes for The Last of Us Part 2 and the Ghost of Tsushima. And mind you, Cyberpunk 2077 is rumored to be coming out at the end of the 2020. Well, that's my prediction on top of that as well. There is a good possibility it might come out even before summer in 2020, but it's been... this is still a little bit of a wait to see sort of aspect. Oh, yes, mind you. There's no way in hell, there's more or less of even confirmation, even Jason Schreier, he's the guy from Kotaku, he knows what he's talking about. Usually he's always correct about these video games and stuff. He was the one that actually mentioned that internally The Last of Us Part 2 was actually delayed to the early of 2020. And as I said, I was right about that too. But like I thought initially, very first time, I said that at the end of 2020, Cyberpunk 2077 will be released as well. So what does this mean? The Last of Us Part 2, early 2020, Ghost of Tsushima, and so goes for the Cyberpunk 2077, all late in the 2020. And mind you, the next gen consoles, well, PlayStation 5 anyway, I'm not too sure about the next Xbox anyway. We will find out more information, that's for certainty, I'm sure of that. Closer we get, the more info will be leaking through, and obviously even closer there will be more confirmations on top of that. I personally cannot wait. I cannot wait as well how this next gen consoles are going to be making that leap forward with the direction. Now I understand the specs has been revealed more or less for the PlayStation 5 aspect of things, some things on the next Xbox as well, and especially when it's rumored to have 2 consoles instead, Lockhart and Anaconda. I believe that was the names that they, code names they put in anyway. But yeah, this is gonna be exciting. I cannot wait to find out more about this information as well. Ghost of Tsushima, I'm ready. I want to get that game. I'm all about that. Jesus. Samurai, man. Ronin. Hell yeah. Anyway, well, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. I see you guys later. Have an awesome day. And as always, have a good one.